Alright, I'm going to be doing a shoe review video. It may be a little bit long because I'm going to talk about sizing with these and also show you what they look like on with a pair of pants. These are a pair of Allen Edmonds. They are made in the USA and they're called the Walden, and they're basically the penny loafer, size 11. Width size is 3E or triple E, black. They also come in burgundy. Style number is 42470, I think. And here are the shoes. They also come with two shoe bags right here if you want to store them. Put them in there just to protect them from scratches or dings or anything from getting banged up. And here they are. As I said before, they also come in burgundy, which is a darker burgundy. I purchased these on Amazon for $250. Now, some of you might hear that and say that's a lot, but if you don't know about the Allen Edmonds, it's really, you can't look at it as like you're just buying a pair of shoes. You got to look at it as you're buying an investment, because these shoes will last you years and years and years if you take care of them. If you have them serviced, which I mean recrafted, which I'll talk about. But I really want to get into, they are made in the USA, and they are really quality shoes. From the stitching to the leather, it's just all quality. And I ordered a pair before, not of Allen Edmonds, but a pair of Hugo Boss they were 180 on Amazon, and I got them for 140 with a discount code. And what I realized when I got them, you're just paying for the name because they were junk. They didn't even have an insole. It was practically a black part here and then a white part, like a white cotton part, hard cotton right there. And the metal piece going across from the picture looked good, but in real life it looked like something they got from Mapes 5 and 10, a dollar store. And the sole looked like it was plastic. These, as you saw, have a leather sole. It is all leather all around with a leather insole that is not removable. They are glued in, so that is one downside. I'm sure you could take it out if you wanted to put in orthopedic by just ripping out the glue, but I wouldn't recommend that. They did take a bit of time to break in, and you're going to need a shoehorn because the back is pretty stiff. What I did was I put on dress socks because my right foot is about a half an inch bigger, and I would just sit on the couch and watch TV and put my feet up and have these on for a couple of hours at night, and then I moved further to where I put on a pair of athletic socks where it would be really thick. Like I didn't, it felt tight, but it's really forming to your foot, and they've already broken in from just doing that 2 nights for a couple of hours each night, and then I wore them once out for a little bit, and they've already broken in to where they feel like a glove on my foot. The stitching all around is really nice. It's all leather, as I said before, and with a leather sole, as you can see. That's just from wearing them. With a rubber heel with 2 layers of leather above that, and it has a 360-degree stitch, which allows it to be recrafted, which means it can have the heel and sole replaced. It's not like glued on or anything like that. It's stitched onto a Goodyear welt, as you can see. As my Chippewa boots, I highly recommend them. I have videos up on both of them boots, as you can see here, which is a little bit more noticeable instead of here where it's dyed. These also have a 360-degree Goodyear welt, which both of these boots can be recrafted also, just like that. They use a hot cork, and that gives more forming to your foot as you break them in for comfort, and they don't have to use a steel shank. It's really a high quality pair of shoe, and when I first got them, I opened up the box, I smelled them. They smelled like a fresh cedar box. If you know what's like a cedar box, what they would put like furs in, like a fur jacket in. If you know that smell, that's what it really strongly smelled like, really fresh cedar. I don't know if that's from where they store their leathers, but but from that. Also, another tip, if you buy these online, Allen Edmonds also has a couple of retail stores in major cities. There's one right by me, but I purchased these off the internet from Amazon. If you buy them offline, make sure when you try them on, you try them on a carpeted room, because if you try them on and they don't fit and you're on like a tile or hardwood, you can put scratches in that leather sole to where you ship them back and you want a different size. They're going to say no, they look used. So you want to make sure you try them on in a carpeted room. With sizing, I already know my foot's big, kind of wide. I wear an 11.5. These are an 11.5 D in Nike shoes. That seems to fit my foot good. But I already can tell I have kind of wide feet. I went on their website and printed out this form that you just tape together. And I didn't pay attention to this because my foot came up to like 15, which wasn't true. But with other dress shoes I tried on, I knew there was enough room to where I cut it back to a size 11. And then there's a third chart, but I went with my sneaker size. I went with 11.5. And you measure, for your right foot, you measure the inside, which would be on the left side. And for your left foot, you measure on the right side. And it came out to a W9, as you can see the marks down here. And you don't want to measure your feet after being on them all day after work or after you get out of the shower, because the hot water makes your feet kind of tend to swell up. You want to measure them when you've been off your feet for a while. So that's just another tip. These do run down, so I would recommend trying them on in a store. I know Nordstrom sells them, so try them on there if you want to order them offline, or just buy them in the store. And what also sealed it was the video on their website. It shows the recrafting that I'll talk about, but on YouTube there's a video of the Allen Edmonds tour, and it's like a 200. There's like 220 something steps in order to make a complete shoe, and it's really detailed. They really care about what they're doing there, what they're making, just from the seams inside, and you can tell it's good leather. On their website, they say they get their leather from Horwen. I don't think I pronounced that right. Horween, which it's a pretty well-known leather company in Chicago. They've been around over 100 years. I know they supply the leather for Walden, which is another shoe that's made in the U.S., but they're a bit more pricey than Allen Edmonds. They're kind of the next level up in price. They kind of have a Beverly Hills price tag. But for $250, I think you're getting a good shoe. The only concern I have is they do cut a groove out to protect the stitching of the sole to the welt. But as you can kind of see there, if you can see that beige color, it still kind of sticks out. But I mean, I guess they didn't. My problem is every time you take a step on like the pavement, I feel like you're causing abrasions to that stitching to where that could kind of cut the fibers and make it rip. But I'm sure they've been in business 80 years. I'm sure they got that down. But that's my only that, and the fact that they don't offer shoe trees when you buy them. I feel like if you're buying them online, they should have a box or a thing should pop up and say, add shoe trees for $15 or $10 or whatever. And I would have bought shoe trees with it, but I just didn't think of that, because what shoe trees do, they don't really prevent like creases you can see here happening. They prevent, if you're not going to wear these every day and you want to, or even if after you take them off, what shoe trees do, they keep the form of the shoe, and they also keep the shoe from curling up. They keep from the toe coming up and basically ruining the shoe. Again, I wouldn't, if you're going to wear these every day, I'm not. I'm going to probably, these are going to be my casual shoes, so it'll probably be maybe twice a week, if that, on the weekends, just when I go out. The leather sole is going to wear down, and that's where the recrafting service comes in, which there's 4 different levels, and I don't agree with the top level price, but I'll explain the levels of the recrafting service. Basically, you go online, you print out a form, you choose what you want, and it starts at $50 to have your heel replaced, and that's just having this portion of the shoe right here, the heel. They'll take off the new heel, and they'll put on, or take off the old heel that's worn down, this piece of rubber and the leather packing underneath, and we'll just replace that for $50. Or for the next step up, for $50, they just replace the sole. That's not replacing the cork from what I read on their website. It's just replacing the leather piece of sole, and I think they use the same heel. But or you can go to the next step up from that is $125, which is they get the shoe, they strip it down. I don't know. I think they might sew on a new welt, but they strip the shoe completely down, the sole and the heel, and then they put on a new welt, I believe. The hot cork, they sew on a new leather sole, and they put on a new heel. And then the Prestige package, which is $150, which is more than 50% of the shoe's cost. I don't agree with that price, but what that entails is, again, replacing the cork, putting on a new welt with a new sole, new heel, and then they strip the finish down and put on a factory new polish and finish. So these would have they would look like in 2 years now what I just bought them, except they would have creases. So it'd basically be like a new shoe, but it would fit you. And you get shoe trees, but I think $150 is a bit high. I know it's a lot of work stripping them down and putting on a new welt, but I mean, that's more than what I paid. That's almost half, more than half of what I paid for the shoe. But I highly recommend them. They're really high quality. I don't know if I said, but they have a leather insole that I can already feel from the break-in period I did. My foot forming to that, and I'm going to go show you what they look like on and how I put them on. Now, they're not to the point, the back, this leather back is too stiff to where you can just slip them on like loafers. But what you want to do is put your foot in and get a shoe horn, because when you first get them, they're going to be tight, and they just pop in like that, and they're already broken in after wearing them in the house for 2 days. And this is the shoe that my foot's bigger, and you can tell right there's a problem I have with my right foot. This part's a little bit wider than the left. But just on a chair, just to show you what they look like on with a pair of jeans. Give you that, and then I'll show you in the mirror. Basically like that, if you can see it. Over here, side view. So yeah, and they've already fit like a glove, and it's really different from buying a pair off the rack at Macy's that are made in China. The fit is really, it's almost semi-custom. It's not to the point to where they size you and take a mold to your foot, but it kind of feels like that, and it's nice to know they're made in America. They look good, and I've even tried them on with a pair of suit pants, and they go with that too. I know some people would kind of only wear like wingtips with suits, but I think they could go with dress pants. So with khakis. And another neat feature on their site, on their website they have, is you can pick a shoe, and they have a view with pants to where it shows the shoe, but it also shows a pair of pants, and it's different styles from suit, khakis, jeans, gray, blue, black, dress pants over the shoe, like it kind of showed you in the mirror on their website. So yeah. So that's what they look like on, and they fit good. So thanks for watching. I know this video is a little bit long. Check out my reviews I did on my Chippewa boots if you want to. Subscribe, comment down below. I do answer comments, or just comment down if you do own a pair of Allen Edmonds and what style you have, because I think I'll be picking up a another pair. I kind of like the loafers with the tassels on the front, or I think I'm gonna stick. I'm in a loafer phase now. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.